Howdy, howdy, fellas. World of Warships Legends match today. And the Siegfried. God, I love the detailed stats. And look at that pen and damage on these guns. Oh, yeah, Siegfried. I've made a video about it before, back when the Tier 7 Cruiser tier list came out. If memory serves me, in that video, I said, I think they had it ranked as A tier. I feel like it's kind of B tier. For me, Siegfried is a great ship when it cooperates and when matchmaking cooperates. It's got a lot of strengths, but it also has weaknesses. It's got that 6-barrel problem where if the guns cooperate and they hit stuff where you want it, it has phenomenal damage output. But if they troll you and don't hit, overpin, shatter, bounce, there's just not enough shells on target to kind of smooth that out. So you get spikes and valleys. And I think that's true of most ships that have fewer barrels. Siegfried, Gneisenau, McCoyan just got a buff, even has a little bit of that. Georgia, Borodino can even do it. It's pretty accurate. So it's not quite as bad for that one, but it can still sometimes you're just like, what? Where did the guns go here? Oh boy. So this is some just Siegfried. I like Siegfried. It's a fun ship. Let me just finish with Siegfried before I whine about the match. It's one of those ships I have. Man, Gear was my favorite ship in the game at a point, but I've just really fallen out with it. I don't know if the meta has just changed, if I've changed, preferences, whatever, just bad luck. I just don't like it anymore. I have terrible matches, terrible matchmaking, don't do particularly well, and it's just like, oh, it's so tragic, because I just was absolutely in love with it for a long time. It's just not the same, man. The Siegfried's the Tier 7 version. I think the gear is better, but the Siegfried can be very fun when it cooperates. And as you saw, things have 13,000 damage on per shell. Like, that's 16-inch values right there. Like, that's more than the Constellation. Those are hefty numbers. And the pin, almost 900. It falls off quickly, but it's still, whatever it was, 450, 490. I don't remember exactly. At max range, like, the pin on these things is brutal. So, this match, crossplay off. Like, I hate crossplay off. And one of the reasons, and I've heard people say, like, in a ship, you're against fewer players, like, you have an outsized impact. That is 100% true, but I still hate them. Part of the reason is, like, I play this game for the grander scale, the slower pace, like, use the map, fight more ships, whatever. The other thing that I hate, and I think this map, Two Brothers, just really emphasizes that point, is, because you don't have a full spread of ships, you have an increased chance that you're going to get, like, overloaded locations. Yes, that can happen in a normal match, but it's almost like if you flip a coin for where each ship is going, left or right, when you only have, whatever this is, 4 surface ships, like, that has a much higher probability of being something dumb than if you have 9 ships. You're not going to flip 9 coins and have them all land heads as often as you're going to flip 4 and have them all land heads. So, and that's just frustrating for me, because it's like, in Two Brothers, I have 3 choices. I can go no, I only have 2 choices. I'm not going middle in Two Brothers. That's a dumb choice. I will die on that hill. No, if you set it up and you have a division and you have the right ships, yes, middle in Two Brothers can work. If you're just some random dudes running down middle, you are definitely doing it wrong. You don't have the right ships and you don't have any support, middle is a death trap. You're not disrupting the enemy team. You're not doing anything fancy. You sail out the other end, they turn their turrets to you, and everybody on the enemy team shoots you because they're all right there. I digress. It's like my pet peeve. Like, people go middle on two brothers, and it's nonsense. Um, there are times, especially later in the match, when it's like the shortest route, or it can be a little. It can be disruptive in the end when there's not just the whole enemy team is at the back of the map. So anyway, there's a failed division on each team. Ours is a 7-8, so they're not getting punished for it. The enemy team has a 7-6. There's a Leviathan in here facing off against, I think, what's our tier 8? It's a Hector. So that's not that big of a deal for him. It's also a carrier match. That also annoys me out small match. Carriers are fantastically powerful in a small match because there's not the volume of AA either to protect against multiple drops while it's happening, or to wear down the stock of planes on carriers. That is actually a thing that they have to pay attention to, which isn't all of them. So yeah, so I just like crossplay off matches really frustrate me. The other day, so I had this one, I don't remember exactly when this was, not that long ago, but I had one stretch the other day where I played 4 matches and 3 were crossplay off. Like, I don't want to play that game. Like, I really wish they could address this. We see the Drake helpfully single launched his torpedoes. My RNG spread on the torps. There is a little bit of RNG on the torps, helpfully with him, but my guns are cooperating and they are slapping. So yeah, we came over this way because of the carrier. Honestly, that's the big reason. Is there's 2 Siegfrieds, so we actually. Oh, bye again, man. These guns, like when they cooperate, are nasty. We get a little lucky here and don't really take that much damage. I'm a little over angled, but not much, and he aims a little bit. Let's see, further back, so it's like my ship is kind of curving back a little bit more. So if he had aimed a little bit further forward, I might have paid for that. But I don't, and he's eating it again. I had an argument with the other day that somebody was like, "Oh, North Carolina, nothing can penetrate it through the nose," you know? I'm like, bruh, you're just not playing anybody that knows how, because you can definitely shoot a North Carolina through the nose, which is what a Leviathan is. Ow, ow. So now we're a little bit in trouble. But again, the damage output on the guns when they're cooperating is bailing me out a little bit here, because I am just slapping this guy. I'm still having to dodge the torpedoes that I keep thinking might be incoming, so I am trying to keep back and forth and back and forth. That salvo was unimpressive, but I got the torpedoes on the way. Here comes the Drake. I'm a little surprised he didn't just like ram me here. I think maybe he still had, I can't exactly remember, does maybe he have torpedoes left? I also don't fully remember the Drake's armor profile. I'm pretty sure it has like the 25 or 26 millimeter nose. I'm not entirely sure. He does switch to AP here, which is you know, good on him, but it's not going to be enough. I am trying to desperately get that last shot off. Right here, I thought, I think I mentioned in my last Siegfried video, I've run Siegfried with rudder a lot of the time. Rudder wouldn't necessarily help me here, but I could have started the turn a little bit sooner maybe. But then boom, 2 sit at 20k, man. I'm telling you, this is, I'm going to put this in the Mutsu video up as well. I mean, these are both just like high roll matches where you just get the shells to do what you want them to, and then you can also see if they don't, because if they did, these ships would just be brutal. I could stand, we'll see in a second, I could stand to see the Siegfried's accuracy bumped up just a touch. There are definitely times where you'll go a long time before you get any good hits. But as it stands, I still think, you know, even as I'm running through this match, I still think the Siegfried is not, it's not a bad ship. It's a fun ship. It's dependent. I guess that's the way I want to phrase it, is because when you get a good match, and I think the other match that I posted in it was a good match as well, it can be very good. Light cruisers that you can see, not a ton of destroyers to spot you, and the guns cooperate, it's nice. But if you have a match that's like battleship heavy and you get spotted and you don't get good crossfires, you know, you're nose in on something and they overmatch you and you don't overmatch them back, Yes, of course, there are things you can do like anything, but it's going to be outperformed by a lot of other ships that have higher DPM in those situations than the Siegfried. So here we're holding our fire. I'm just looking. This Vlad, you know, he suffered from the thing that I was complaining about. It's like he went to the other side, but like nobody really went over there. So it's just a boring, wasted match for him. I don't know if he would have done anything else otherwise, but that is one of the reasons that I hate these crossplay off map matches, because it's like he didn't make a wrong call. He went to a flank on a map where there's flanks, and it's just like he didn't really get to play the game. Yeah, that's still a decent salvo. Nose in, like it can work. Don't get me wrong, but it's just not consistent enough to be any better than it is. Super fun. I was a touch. We take this last shot, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get the Kraken. Oh no, we hit it in the guns and we missed the Kraken. Oh, devastated. No, it's fine. As always, I'll take the win. That was a fantastic game. Turn crossplay on. You're not. Nobody watching this has crossplay off, right?